Good morning, my darling dreamers. My name is HFIC, Head Fairy in Charge. For those of you who don't know me, this reading is for entertainment purposes only, and this reading is going to be focused on messages from spirit babies beyond the veil. I just filmed like a 6-month ahead reading for the channel, and this was one of the cards. Spirit babies are pushing to be born, and I said, yeah, this is cute because I'm actually filming one next, so that's wonderful. Welcome, I'm glad you're here. If you are new, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any messages that are for you. And if you are returning, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to see you. You look so cute. You look so cute in that hoodie you wore 3 days in a row. Oh my God, in that other reading, I was like talking about clothes and investment and the price per wear. Like, if you wear it all the time, you get your money's worth. That's my girl. All right, so we're gonna do the Stitch tarot deck. And we are also using the Wonder of Time by Bellanima 13. This is on Etsy. And these are like time-related answer cards. I also have letters for you. So, the reason I chose Stitch, I like to share why I feel called to certain decks, was because I got this song stuck in my head from Kenny Chesney called When the Sun Goes Down. When the sun goes down over the water, everything gets hotter when the sun goes down. So it just felt very beachy, very Key West, very Hawaii. So I was like, this is my boy right here. Also, Stitch is an alien, so you might be getting family moving down from another state, another country. Somebody might end up working in another country. Could be Canada, London, things like that. Okay. I'm gonna grab my water bottle. I forgot my water. I'll bumblebee right back. It's Christmas. I'm a Halloween person. My husband is a Christmas person. So, because I have Halloween for like 3 months, he wants Christmas for as long as possible as well. Okay, so here we are. But I mean, if any of you wanted to manifest taking your babies and your family to Disney around Christmas time, it's a confirmation for you. It's happening, sweetheart. It's happening. All right. Okay, they want me to, for those of you who aren't familiar with my gifts, I have all the clairs, meaning I get premonitions, visions, I hear messages, I smell things, sometimes I taste things, and they want me to show you, I just heard they want me to show you my broom. Somebody watching here has something similar or felt guided to make an energy clearing broom. Right, this is, I think, obsidian. There's a little dragon, so if dragons are important to anybody. One of the things I love about this, besides the purple, there's a sun on it that reminds me of Rapunzel. All right, and one of my spirit baby daughters has a purple aura, and one of them has a pink one. So I love that the colors are together. Yeah, so if you've been guided to get a broom to clear energy, that's for you, princess. Okay, I can't keep showing and telling. Spirit babies are very show and tell, and this has a moon on it. Sailor Moon. Never running from a real fight. She is the one named Sailor Moon. Oh, honey. All right, something is going down and you feel it. All right, so for those of you, I was hearing wondering when. So for 2022 and 2023, somebody was wanting to connect with the father of the spirit baby. All right. And I feel like it didn't fully happen. That's why the babies haven't come through to the physical realm yet. And for some of you, this is going to happen very soon. You feel it coming. For characters, we have Snow White, we have Lilo and Stitch, and we have Iron Man. Okay. So Tony Stark can be significant. We have Eight of Pentacles, ambition, diligence, mastery. So I encourage you to watch the other reading I just did for the 6 month ahead. I talked a lot about dedication, education, things like that for yourself for next year. Because I kept saying you can't teach what you don't know. And like there's a lot of things, even just about like spiritual practices, I want to, you know, teach my daughters. And I mean, like I said, you can't teach what you don't fucking know. And my parents weren't there to teach me all this stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want them to like grow up and be like you betrayed me almost. Here we have the Emperor, 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. You know they're coming. You know you'll be a family. The Emperor's here with Loki. OMG. Please, for the love of goddess. If you watched Loki, the 2nd season, and you watched the ending, wow. Everyone, like, without spoilers, was saying... They just kept saying the end, like, wow, you're just going to be smacked in the face with the ending. And without trying to give too many spoilers, I forgot the name of that big tree in the folklore. I got this deck. And it's like, I think a runic deck, but it has extra cards in it. I actually almost used it today. That's interesting. And for my intro messages, like introducing myself to the deck, one of the cards, the first one that came out, was that tree. You know what I'm talking about if you saw it. I'm trying not to tear up. I used to have the biggest crush on Tom Hiddleston, and he's coming to MegaCon. And my husband's like, do you want to meet him? I'm like, thinking, why? You want him to fall in love with me and run away with me? No. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, that guy's like engaged with the baby. So that ship has sailed a long time ago. All right, so 3 of Wands. You know it's coming. I'm hearing take it day by day. And regarding the alien, and I said family, there's like multi-cultures here, different, even skin colors. So some of you could be blended. A few blended people, some people could be adopted in your family. We have, it says like creating a legacy, like it's okay, I'm hearing. And so with the Emperor, he might be from, I'm hearing a different bloodline. I don't know what the hell that means. Like maybe you... So for those of you that don't resonate with, this is only for those of you, this card for that don't resonate with twin flames, with the bloodline thing. Now, twin flames, they usually have shared past lives and same bloodline. So if you were Atlantean, they were Atlantean, that type of thing. So if someone resonates with like Lumeria, like, you know, different star seeds, this is saying like, that's okay. I mean, don't be galactically prejudiced against them, King of Wands. Oh my God. Guys, it's Darth Vader. Okay, so Luke can be significant. Anakin's going to be there at MegaCon, by the way. Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, like, Anakin, for those of you who know, and Padme, like, that story... Like that one and like Rey and Kylo are, I know they're like not real characters, but they still sink my stomach. Cause like my friends and I are Star Wars fans, and we'll send each other, we follow these pages, we send each other these memes that, and sometimes I'll put like the saddest music to all of, you know, the story, and like, just like what, seeing any parts of Padme talking to Anakin, it makes like a lump in my throat. Like how she like couldn't save him, you know? Like she couldn't love him enough to make him be the best emperor he could be. Do you get what I'm saying? You know who's a really good person? There's 2 characters I love. Doctor Strange and Tony Stark, Iron Man. So, like, even in Endgame, when they're trying to convince Tony Stark, Iron Man, to go figure out a way, which, by the way, nobody could have done without Ant-Man, and, like, nobody talks about it. It drives me nuts. I found this out later. I guess he was, and I didn't notice, but somebody made a little video about it from the scene where Tony Stark's looking at Peter Parker and how they lost, you know, oh God, geez, I get teary over these fake characters. You know, Mr. Stark, I'm not feeling so well. I don't feel so good. That's what Peter Parker said before, Spider-Man said before he left with the Thanos snap. So that's why Tony Stark did what he did. And even though Peter wasn't, you know, like his son, he still treated him like a son. Some people, my point is this, for those of you who don't follow these movies in the MCU, my point is this. Some people, it's okay to have really good stepdads that show up. It's okay to have a blended family. And I know idealistically you wanted a nuclear family, like the same father for all the kids and this and this. But go with the flow. You're not being judged. Like this picture with like these blended families. This is the real world. It feels like there's more blended families than original nuclear families, okay? And other people will show up. Some people will be more of a father than the actual bio dads. That was my whole point. All right, okay. We have the chariot. Somebody, so the baby's coming. And we have 3 of Pentacles. Some of you will have 3 kids. Now, if you've ever dreamt of like 3 daughters, this is definitely your confirmation. If you specifically, or you might have a daughter, or you might have a stepdaughter, and then with the person that you end up with, you guys have 2 daughters, or they have 2 daughters, and you guys end up having a daughter together, and you have that blended family. So that was a thing, because see how they all have different hair colors? It was like that. So this is really good. Don't try, well, I don't like to put bossy words like don't do this and don't. And I try to catch myself when I do that because I don't like to sound bossy. I'm not bossy, I'm the boss, right? Nobody cares that much. It's your life, it's not theirs. They don't care that much. I know you're thinking, oh my God, people are judging me. I have 3 kids from 3 different dads. If they're not feeding you, doesn't matter. They don't cut your checks, their opinion doesn't matter as much. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they're talking shit, that's not good. But for the most part, most people are thinking about themselves, sweetie. So if you're watching this and you had that on your mind, like, oh my God, well, can I do this? I don't want to blend a family. People are going to judge me. This is embarrassing. This is a stereotype. Ugh. Live your life. Live your life. Go with the flow. Enjoy it. 9 of Wands. Perseverance, stamina, courage. All right. Keep going. You're almost there. All right. We have 4 cups and we have the moon. All right. So some of you are like holding in and hiding that you've been struggling. You could be struggling with infertility or struggling with your connection with whomever the father is supposed to be. Oh, we have King of Swords. Your father could be an air sign. This is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. There's a Hercules there, so there's also strength in this person. There's strength in the words of this person. So if you're stressed out, if you've been secretly stressed out because you're like, they said they'll be back, or I'm pregnant, I don't know how to tell him. This is saying like, it's going to be okay. We have 8 of Wands. Whoever's watching, especially if you've dreamt like having the blended family thing, and we have the Chariot, the blended family thing. If one of you is an air sign, if the other person or you has a daughter, that type of thing, there's supposed to be 3 daughters. So for whomever this is, go with it. Move forward. Your life wasn't over. If a first marriage or relationship didn't work out, your life is not over. It goes on. I don't know if you've ever heard that. Life can be summed up in 3 words. It goes on, with or without you. We have 5 of Wands. Three of Swords, Queen of Wands. Talk to me about this, baby. We have Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Going, somebody went through some kind of heartbreak. Could be with a Virgo. We have the Hermit card. We have Knight of Wands here. Ace of Cups. Ooh, that's good. Could be a water sign as well. Somebody felt insecure. We had the Five of Wands, but Three of Swords. Okay, so competition, sadness. Could have been anger, aggression. Somebody could have seduced somebody else. We have Ace of Cups, Knight of Wands, and the Hermit. It's almost like somebody maybe like took a break and from the relationship and was satisfying somebody else, and then they come back for you. But there's something going on with like the 𝒂𝒓𝒅. 𝒂𝒓𝒅 is a greedy motherfucker. And then we have Ursula, who is about power and tricks. That's, yeah, you can have this, but there's a consequence. So it feels like somebody might have been led astray or led into something that had a bad consequence. And here we have the Princess and the Frog. It's almost like somebody that you thought was a prince turned out to be a frog. And you're stressed out, like, I'm going to have to figure this out myself. So some of you might have gone through an energy where the person you chose to be the father, or you're hoping would be the father of your kids, could have betrayed you. Again, this isn't everybody, but this is what's coming through here. Could have betrayed you, and some of you didn't tell people about it. We have the Hermit mode there. Bruce can be significant. Australia, because we have Bruce Wayne. Thank you. Seven of Pentacles. We have Mulan, and we have Page of Wands. You just have to keep moving forward with or without. And I feel like this could have even been past energy. Where, like, I think maybe you started a family with somebody and it didn't work out and you just kept moving forward, and now you're going to keep moving forward and even develop a family. I'm also hearing somebody thought it was, like, impossible. All right, we have Queen of Pentacles. It could have even been, like, you didn't think you could make money on your own, and then you separated, and then your finances got better. We have the Hangman, Spider-Man. And we have Four of Swords. All right, this is beautiful energy. Some of you are actually being guided right now to save a lot of your money. I'm also hearing someone told someone their goal for 2024 is to make money in their sleep. Make money when they're sleeping. And then we have Five of Swords. Somebody... I'm hearing aggressive, and we have Six of Cups. So this is somebody from your past. So it could be family. Somebody doesn't understand your ambition. There's some people watching here that's very ambitious, and you're surrounded by people who act like you're Delulu. You know? And I want to share something with you. Some people want money to flaunt it, and some people want money to improve their lifestyle. What does that mean? It's not just about, hey, I have this purse. It's, hey, the fucking food tastes better. The restaurants are better. The plane rides, the seats are better, right? So in movies, sometimes you'll see men, like, you know, dealing drugs or whatever, and they're doing financially well, and you see them driving a gorgeous, like, sports car, luxury car. But they have to have guns and a crew, and they still live in the shittiest neighborhood. Move the hell out. Move somewhere safe. Move somewhere where, instead of buying that car, you could have invested in a property, a house or apartment that will build equity, or that you can rent out, or God forbid anything happened, those people ended up, you know, going to imprisoned. At least people are, you know, still paying rent. You know, because they could have put it in an LLC. That's my point. it's an illusion of improving their lives. And I feel like you have people around you like that right now. It's almost like it didn't actually get better. You stayed right where the fuck you are. I'm only saying that if you started in a shitty place. So like, I remember growing up in this like bumpkin town, and I didn't know it was like, I had nothing to compare it to. I didn't know it was bumpkin. And I remember I had this one friend, and she became like well off because she knew she wanted to leave. She knew where she wanted to go. And there was everyone around her, why do you want to leave? Or, you know, what's wrong with this? And she was like, it's not what's wrong with it, but I can't list enough things that are right with it. I want better this, better this, better this, better this. This is the limit, right? If you want a bigger house and you have the biggest house in the neighborhood, you have to move out of the neighborhood if you want a bigger house, and you can't put an addition on it. It's that simple. And I feel like there's people around you that could have financially made improvements, but not really. Don't get those habits. If you're watching this, don't get those habits and don't listen to those people. Do what you got to do and move on. Because they don't want to move on, or they won't move on. They don't want you to leave them behind. They're making it about them. We have Page of Pentacles. Sticking to goals, practicality, loyalty. Don't dream about it, do it, right? And we have Freddy here. So Fred can be important. Freddy Krueger. This is also timing because I love my Halloween decks. August. Because those bad boys come out really early. August, September. All right, we're going to get some timing, and then we're going to do some letters. Oh, if you haven't already subscribed and you are new here, welcome. Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. If you are already subscribed, it's so good to see you. You look so cute. And I'm offering memberships now. I'm going to start doing extended readings for the members. Those would be like 45-minute, hour-long videos, but I would do them more like every day. What do they need to know? Next fall, Halloween. We also have next summer. So we have summer and fall. Tick-tock. Tick-tock, you don't stop. Interfering parties may affect the projected time frame. Interfering. All right? So do you ever see people like, you literally feel like they're popping your bubbles? Right? When you have an idea or an ambition. Choose yourself. Choose your dream. They can't order me to stop dreaming. Right? Yes, Cindy said it best. They can't order me to stop dreaming. And look, she got the castle. You'll get your castle. You'll get your princess or your prince. So let me tell you. Okay? There will be people who say it's impossible because it's impossible for them. It doesn't mean it's impossible for you. We also have spring and sometime before the first snowfall. We have right now, it isn't the right time. It's currently progressing. So with the interfering, delaying this, saying, well, right now it's in progress. It's not completely, the energy's not completely right. You could already have, let's say you already have 2 or 3 kids. And then someone's like, you don't need any more kids. Why would you want that many? It's your baby story. It's your family story. It's your family tree. If you can afford it, what they're saying is, they're making about them. What they're saying is, it's inconvenient for me if you have more kids because I don't want to have to buy more Christmas presents and I don't want you hitting me up to babysit. That is what they're telling you. Read between the lines. That's what they're really telling you. So if that's what they're telling you, I would say something like, well, don't worry. I'm not going. The answer is yes. So somebody watching, yes, if you want to have more kids, do it. If you can physically do it and you have the money to do it, do it. But if you already have kids and you can't get them shoes for school and you're having trouble getting them lunch money, no, don't have any more fucking kids so that they can struggle and hate you. We have July. Somebody's going to be conceiving in July. I also heard Harry. So I don't know if that has something to do with Prince Harry or if you saw that as a sign when watching this. Okay, so we have July 16th through 22nd. If anybody wants to remember that, that's very significant. If you are ovulating around then, write that down. We have a major change is needed first. I heard like a cleansing. And when people hear that, they go, oh yeah, Palo Santo. Oh yeah, gonna sage my space. Honey, sometimes the clearing are the contacts in your phone, your Facebook friends list, I almost said MySpace, your MySpace top 8. They are not going to cut it in the top 8 anymore. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram. I'm constantly like, I deleted a ton of temptation. I deleted like over 100 shops because I'm like, if they're there, I'm going to feel like, oh, I had to go buy this. Oh, I had to go buy this. I'm impulsive and I'm financially planning for my early retirement. So, I was proactive about it. I can't cry like a little bitch and be like, oh my God, well, it's not my fault. The temptation keeps showing up on my feed. I am the master of my ship. So we are going to steer the oar and turn. And we have not worth the wait, okay? You can't sit around and hang out with these people and want to stay in the neighborhood. I want you to look at, if there's somebody that's, as giving you advice or a friend with you, and maybe they're 10, 20 years older, look at their life. Is that where you want to be in 10 years? They say, show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. I don't know if you've ever heard that. It's a Spanish saying. I cannot say it in Spanish. And I always tell people friends make within 20% of the 5 people around you. Why is that important? What did I say? So let's say all your friends work at a fast food place and you go to school and you become an APRN and now you're making 6 figures and now you can afford to put your kid in a different school. Your kids and their kids, you're going to have to work harder for them all to play together. And guess what? Your kids are not going to make new friends. Okay, so they're going on different field trips. You have friends that might say, hey, we're going on a cruise. You guys want to come? Guess what? Your new friends in whatever neighborhood you move to or at work who are in the same tax bracket and they want to go and all the kids go on the cruise together, they can do it. They'll say yes. You can't do that with the other people who didn't want to advance their lives. And I'm not trying to make this about money. I'm trying to make it about lifestyle. And there's some people watching, and that's been the energy from the other reading I did for the 6 months ahead, and for this one is coming through as well. A lot of you have been hiding. I'm seeing under a rug, there's like a lump under a carpet, and your babies are saying, listen, I brought you to this wedding so they could tell you, let's go. It's game time, right? Get off the bench. You might even be in the wrong sport, I'm hearing. So you might be wearing a basketball jersey and you're sitting in a dugout at a baseball game. You know what I mean? It's like you're dressed for a different game, a different sport. So what I'm saying is some of your babies are telling you you're not where you're supposed to be, or don't be with around people that are anchors that are going to hold you back. And that sounds mean because there's a lot of people that say, oh, one of my friends is a snob now. They're rich and they moved on with their life. Okay, did they keep moving on with their life? What did you want them to stay behind? If you love your friends, you want them to do better. You want them to improve. And you either stay where you are or you can try to move too. But look at the people that are your role models, your mentors right now. These people around you are also going to be in your kids' lives most likely and mentoring your kids too. If they didn't help you, how are they going to help your kids or influence your kids? Because kids go by actions. They learn. You could tell them till you're blue in the face. Monkey see, monkey do. Okay? They're going to be following your actions and the closest people around you. So for some of you that already have kids, you're learning the lesson the hard way. And those of you that are going to be having kids, you're finding this reading so that you can be proactive about it and conscientious of it to say, you know what? Actually, I don't want that kid around, that person around my kid. They're always vaping. They're always complaining. They're very negative. They don't use the law of attraction. They make fun of me. And that's what I'm hearing too, that there's people around you making fun of you for being ambitious, making fun of you for using the law of attraction or saying things like, everything's always working out for me, blah, blah, blah. You know? You know what that smile is? This is called satisfaction. You're going to be having that smile, okay? This is, I want you to look in the mirror and say, what is my satisfaction smile? What is my, I have victory. I was right. I bet on myself. I bet on myself and I came out ahead. That's the smile you need to practice and follow through with that. I'm so happy for you because, oh, look, here's the Cheshire Cat smile too. So July 16th through 22, we have 9 to 10 months. Somebody is getting pregnant in January. Somebody's getting pregnant. So this could even be, ooh, I'm getting chills right now. This is somebody's baby shower possibly. If you are having a singleton, it'll be full term, 9 to 10 months. If you are having twins, the baby could come early in July. Or that's your baby shower. You can have a friend that's already pregnant and they're due in July. We have April as well coming through, but I'm also hearing Ninja Turtles and the name April. So if you watch the new Ninja Turtles movie, and if you didn't know there was a new one, it's amazing. It was actually made by, oh God, I forgot that guy's name. Not Jonah Hill. The one from the movie Knocked Up, about the baby. Seth Rogen. I think he like wrote it and directed it. He did a phenomenal job. It is so, you're gonna love it. Cause I was like, is this gonna be corny? And it was so good. It was so good. So April O'Neil, we have something happening within 1 week, which, oh, excuse me, this landed on the 10 months. An external influence is interfering with your timing. So you have a major change needs to be made. You have that influence. Wow. Interfering parties. Look at this. You got it twice. I can yell at you till I'm blue in the face. Now your spirit babies are yelling at you. I'm also hearing, get away from them. So with Ursula came out in one of these, remember? I mentioned Ursula. When she's Vanessa, when she's the fake person, she says to Eric, she says, Eric, get away from her. But it was her real voice. It was her sea witch voice, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because that's what I heard. I heard, Mommy, get away from them. Some of you are so nice and so good. I'm seeing so much loyalty to people. You don't understand, Nilsa. They were there for me in middle school. They were there for me in the group home. They were there for me here. They were there for me there. They were there for me. They bailed me out of jail. Like, I owed them. You owe yourself as well. You owe your babies. You owe your babies stabilities, opportunities. No one else is going to tell you. I'm telling you right now. That's who you owe. And then when you're in a position to be like, I can do something nice. I'm getting that person. I'm paying for a year's worth of massages for that person. But don't owe them your time. You can't help them with your time. The time is spent. Ja is done. Invest your time. Invest your time. Okay? Okay. Something's happening within 1 month. It'll be revealed sometime before the summer months. So now until the summer, and we also had a spring card. So in springtime, April, springtime, something is happening. I'm seeing water go through fingers. They could be a water sign. That's Pisces, Scorpio, and I'm missing one, Cancer. There's water going through fingers. So it doesn't have to be a water sign, but it could be a water sign. Like someone's trying, you know, if you cup your hands like this, you can drink water. If you cup two, this is somebody else helping you, you could drink even more water. If you stay with your hands like this, you're not going to catch that much water. It's going to run right through. That's the investment of the time. Sorry. That was the investment of the time going through. And I want you to really think about the picture I just shared with you about the water going through. And I want you to think, am I investing so that I can drink this later? Am I taking care of myself? Or am I helping so many other people that you're spreading, this is what I'm hearing, you're spreading yourself thin, mommy. Helping this person, I owe this person. I feel obligated to this person. You could be a Cancer. Maybe that's the water, because Cancers are very like, well, I don't want them to be mad at me. Okay. But you're going to be mad at yourself if you said, okay, here's an example. You were offered a stiff at work. You said no so that you can go help your friend because you didn't want your friend to be mad at you. Okay, but now the bank is mad at you. Your bank account is very mad at you, mommy. Do you get my point? Something's happening next winter. This time next year, we have it's not meant to be. There are going to be people this time next year that will not be in your life. And something similar came out in the other reading. There's going to be people in there that are going to come through. They're almost like mannequins, like rows of mannequins coming in. And then and I was saying too, around like October, November, it's going to be like it could be like a divine counterpart, family coming in from another country, things like that. It's like a trade-off. For your highest good, it will not come to pass. If you don't move these people, things will happen where they feel repelled towards you. So, like attracts like. If you have people making fun of you for being ambitious, eventually they're going to feel so repelled or intimidated by you, they'll remove themselves. Okay? And here's another example, how I was saying about like there's some people who are not ambitious that will view, and Drake said something similar. He said, you can't talk about your dreams with your goals and dreams with certain people because it just sounds like bragging to them. When you're talking about accomplishments, most people will feel inspired and say, that's awesome. And you'll share advice and stuff together, how to grow together. Some people will just change the subject or think you're bragging. I have censored myself so much trying with that fear of sounding braggadocious. But you know what? The only people that think you're bragging are the ones that feel insecure and think you're snobby. I remember there were some, even here in Florida, Palm Beach, right? There's certain towns that are affluent where people are like, oh, those people are snobs. So let me tell you something. When I've been to those towns, people have been nothing but courteous and kind to me. If anything, there's other towns in certain tax brackets where people are cruel and rude and ill-mannered. Okay? So I just keep that in mind. Sometimes it's the opposite. So there's someone here that's so worried about what people think about them. And maybe, like I said, maybe you're the Cancer sign in your sun sign, where you're like, okay, well, if I have a mixed family, or if this person is Asian, my family, or you could even be gay and you want to adopt a kid, but your family doesn't even know that you were living with a man or woman, but you want to start a family. And so you're so worried about them. And like, there's certain things you can, I don't say like replace, but there's certain things that you can find solutions for. If your family wants to ostracize you because you're gay and you're starting a family, guess what? You can hire a nanny. And I'm not saying, oh, you can replace grandmas. No, but you don't want to keep a bigot one, right? You don't want to keep a cruel one, an abusive, mentally, emotionally abusive one. I'd rather hire a stranger that kisses my ass. Do you know what I'm saying? I had to explain this. One of my brothers called me snobby. Life isn't about money. Of course not. He's a fire sign. He didn't give a shit. And I explained to him, money buys you choices. That's what it's about. I'm choosing where my kid goes to school. I'm choosing what kind of neighborhood they grow up in. I'm choosing what kind of food I can give them. I'm choosing opportunities for them. I can invest in their future. I'm choosing this. Some people are operating at a capacity where they have no choice. Why would you want to stay in a capacity where choices are stripped from you? That sounds like imprisonment. So I want you to think about this. The people around you that might feel imprisoned, and you are like a butterfly. You're like, you know, and they're like caterpillars almost, but they're not even caterpillars. They're like those moths. And that's something I'm visually getting for you too. Do you ever see those? They're like really furry caterpillars, but they're moths. And like, they don't turn into butterflies. They turn into moths, right? Yeah, they're still flying. But I mean, not many people are trying to capture, admire, or collect moths. So if you feel like, well, I'm a butterfly, and I don't want to tell you to like look down on people, but when you're flying and they're staying on the ground, mamita, it's kind of, this is falling too. 1 year anniversary, somebody's getting married. Congratulations. And you're flying and they're staying on the ground. If you want to see them, you have to look down. Carajo. You know what I'm saying? So when I was young, I read this quote that has stayed with me. I'm one of those people that always have all these quotes. And it says, if you were an eagle and you were raised by chickens, you'll never know how high you could fly. So because chickens don't really like fly, you're not going to attempt flying. You're not going to attempt to get up and go. And chickens fly a little bit, but they don't soar. And maybe that's a message for you too. I had this, you know, if you're an eagle, don't hang out with chickens. Chickens can't fly. That was the quote. I extended the visual a little bit. But I was even saying, to my father-in-law, we had a disagreement because he's telling my nephews that are struggling, they're working so hard. They're working full-time in college full-time, which most people are, but it would be ideal if he could focus on school. And his dad, so my father-in-law was saying, I was telling them how that's good. Scarce mentality makes you strong. It's a good thing to have all throughout your life. I'm thinking, look where the hell it got you. Are you kidding me? Did you just say you're glad your grandson is struggling? What the? And I told him, I said, you know, it's interesting because especially with immigrant families, I was like, it's interesting. Most families, their goal is to make life better or easier or improved for the next generation, not to keep them in a poverty mindset. Literally, you literally said scarcity mindset. And he's been like that his whole life. And he's struggled his whole life. Again, with the thinking you're Delulu, with the law of attraction and motivation and all of that. So, you have to think too. Is your goal so that your next generation could get better and then they can have opportunities and they can have opportunities? And the reason I'm bringing that up is because there's a lot of people watching who are secretly ambitious or was dreaming, but they don't apply it because it feels like a fantasy. Okay, you know what? A lot of people, their fucking lives are fantasies. A lot of parts of my life started out as fantasies, including being here with you right now. Like, I wanted an office with really nice wallpaper and a huge desk. And even the light I'm using was something I manifested. You can move like the light all the way around, and like it was on my vision board. So when I tell you, honey, practice your satisfaction smile, because when you start manifesting all these things and opportunities in your life, one by one, you know the big ones are coming. The big blessings are coming. And I want you to really think about having that smile so much, that it doesn't matter what these people say. was just 444 on the clock, by the way. It doesn't matter what if these people think you're crazy or stupid or delulu, because you'll also be right. You'll also be satisfied. And I want you to say, well, of course. You know how many times people like thought some of my like ideas or things, ambitions that I had were like just completely like out of reach. I'm like, okay, yeah, keep doubting me. Don't believe me, just watch, you know. I even remember like my mom dated a guy like a long time ago who, sorry. We were going through a model house and it cost like literally half of what my house cost. And I was like, yeah, Mom, you guys would love a house like this house. And he says, the only way I'm getting it, you want to push me down the stairs so that I can sue? Because that's the only way I'm ever getting a house like this. And guess what? Okay, she manifested something twice as nice with a different person who didn't think she was Delulu, who follows her ambition, wants to make them happen, grow together. Okay. But you think about these moments where people made you sound crazy. So circling back to the woman that watching that might already have kids and wants to grow their family and is worried about what people think. None of those opinions are going to matter when your baby's here and they're hugging you. And I'm sure they'll be grateful for their life too. You know what I mean? They'll be happy. Let's pull some letters. Let's pull a few letters and numbers. All right. We have 4, 8, 3, 0. All right. So somebody could be between 30 and 40 years old. We also have 28 years old. 20, and we have a 7. So you could be 27, 28, or 29. Someone here is 36. Someone here is 33. Someone here is also 23, I just heard. All right, for letters. Oh, okay. We also have an 11 here. So November is big. Also January. So you know I said somebody here watching is getting pregnant this month. We have another 3. So somebody, yeah, it could be 33. March can be significant, but we got 30 twice. I don't know if you can see, you can't see little letters. We got 30 twice. So here's the letters, and they don't have to spell out one word. They're just for you to have. We have F, B, Q, O, K, and X. So somebody could, if we wanted to spell a sentence, somebody could be, we have, FB could be boyfriend, best friend, Facebook. We have Q could be question, Quentin. I love B names. I love, I'm not using any B names, but I do like them. Like I love Blair, I love Brooke, I love Brittany, like all those classic names. F, we have Farah, Fallon, I can't think of any more. Fiona, Felix. For X, you could have Xavier. Q, we have Quentin. We have okay, so O, I'm like, Oprah. No, I'm just kidding. Can't think of any names for O. Ollie, Oliver, Olivia. And then K, we have, K could be like any of those Kardashian names, like Courtney. I don't know the rest of them. Kimberly, right? We have another 0 that came out. So it just keeps spelling okay. So we have okay, we have another K, and we have an H. But we have okay. Okay came out twice. I don't know if you can see. Okay. And then we have H. It can be like Hong Kong. Hillary, Heather, Harry, Henry, Hector. a few things with this too. This could be Oklahoma. This could also be like that movie, The Fault in Our Stars, where they say, maybe okay will be our always. And so they'd go, okay, okay, okay. So that's coming through for somebody. Now it's my turn to say okay. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Join the membership if you want extended readings. Thank you for being here. I'll see you real soon.